All right, on today's episode, we're going to kind of take a trip back in time and talk through really what led me to being an entrepreneur, but also what led me to having two businesses and two different niches that both hit six figures in the first year. I did not come from a family of entrepreneurs. My dad was in the trades, he was a carpenter. My mom was an accountant. She did kind of the traditional route of get the education, get the degree, get the job working under someone else, spend your life working in an office building, work your way up the ladder, the very typical American dream situation. So that being my example was really what put me on the path of going the typical route. I got the degree. I got the advanced degree. I got the master's degree. I got the good job as a speech pathologist, the prestigious job that people say, wow, you're a speech path. That's amazing. You work with kids. You're in a hospital. That's so cool. And although I liked my job, it really was eye-opening to me just how much my life was capped based on that decision, that I was directly trading my time, my hours for money. And the only way for me to make more money was to spend more time in the hospital, spend more time in the clinic. And I think there's those people who have that drive very at the surface that are wanting to be entrepreneurs, wanting to be their own boss from the very beginning. I wanted to go the safe route. There was safety in paying money to get a degree for that piece of paper that essentially, quote unquote, guaranteed a paycheck every 2 weeks for the rest of my life. It was normal. It was safe. It was what I felt like was the right thing to do. And so while I dabbled in little side hobbies, I always loved a good lemonade stand when I was a kid. It really was not until my family, our income was really threatened. Looked like my husband was going to lose his job. He actually ended up getting a 60% pay cut instead. But I knew in order for us to stay afloat, I had to do something. And the only thing for me to do, other than launching a business, was to increase the hours I worked, increase the hours that I spent away from my family. And so I didn't have this vision right off the bat of starting a business and being incredibly successful. It really wasn't even on my mind to leave my job. It was supposed to be supplementary. But then I caught the vision. I caught the vision of what was possible and what I was capable of within this space that no longer had a roof. And by roof, I mean capped potential. Only so high that you can rise before you're forced to stop. And once I was able to set aside these expectations, set aside the shame of leaving the good job, which people don't talk about enough, the shame and the fear that is involved with stepping away from the good job. But once I caught that vision, it didn't matter. I poured into myself. I invested in mentors. I invested in my skills. I invested in myself personally and invested in my business. And it exploded. Within 3 months, I had not only replaced my income, I had doubled it and was able to step away from the job for good, never having to go back. And that was just the beginning. That was just the tip of the iceberg. As I continued to grow, as I continued to learn, as I continued over and over again to invest in myself and invest in my business. And I learned the intricacies of running a business, of building a business, of creating the life that you want through how you set up the foundations of your business. My vision of a business growing up had been these brick and mortar businesses that you invested your life savings into and crossed your fingers and hoped you didn't have to close down in the first 5 years like 90% of businesses do. But this world of digital businesses, of being a digital entrepreneur, of providing services, of using my knowledge, my passions to share with other people, of being able to run a business that made double, triple what I made as a speech path with such a low overhead, where I'm spending $300 a month on my business and everything else is profit, was something so unreal to me. And now I get to take what I've learned, what I've invested now. I think I'm at almost $70,000 into my learning, into my business, into myself, into my developing, my continuing education. I get to take that and pass it on to other women who are ready and passionate and excited and ready to build something that they have such absolute clarity and confidence in. A business that is within their zone of genius, that they can step out and just be themselves and completely own what they are building and what they are creating. Because I know, having now done it twice, that is the key to success. To learning the strategies, learning the foundations, learning how to create an offer that gets amazing results for your clients, and then having absolute, complete clarity on who you are and what you offer. So take this episode as your sign. If you have been waiting because it's scary, because it's outside the norm, because expanding your business doesn't make sense to other people, take this as your sign to move forward. Take that massive, scary action this week, whatever that next step is. Whether that's launching a new offer, whether that's reevaluating your clarity because what you're doing no longer makes sense and it no longer fulfills you. It's no longer giving you the life that you want. Or it's taking that first step and actually launching and creating your business. Whatever that scary choice is, whatever that scary next step is, I want you to take it this week and write it down, text it to yourself, text it to family and friends. You know, if you need just that accountability, send it to me in a DM on Instagram. I'd love to know that you're trying to move forward, that you've decided that you're going to move forward. And if you don't know what that looks like, if you don't have that clarity yet, if you know you need to make moves, but you just don't know what they are, let's have a conversation. We're launching something later this week that is going to be insane. It's going to be an absolute game changer for women in this industry, for women in the online entrepreneur space. It's going to be a membership, but that is all I can say right now. We're not releasing the details until the weekend. Head to our website, head to my Instagram link in bio, fill out the waitlist form, get on the waitlist so you get the details first. If you know it's time, if you know you're ready to be revolutionary, to be ready to absolutely shake things up, you're gonna wanna be on this waitlist to hear the details first. I'll put the direct link to that waitlist in the description below. And remember, if you found this episode helpful, share it to your stories. Tag me on Instagram. At the end of the month, we're going to be doing a giveaway. Whoever is sharing each episode shared to your stories is an entry into the drawing. And at the end of the month, we will pick a winner to have a free consultation call with me. So don't miss out on that. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Make that decision, choose that action, and stick to it.